Hello third graders, this is Mrs. Copeland and I'm a math teacher in Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. I'm going to be helping you with third grade memory joggers. Let's take a look at week 8, day 3, problem C. Andres has 5 journal notebooks and 3 drawing notebooks. Each journal notebook has 40 pages. Each drawing notebook has 90 pages. How many more pages are in his drawing notebooks than in his journal notebooks? Before you begin a word problem, visualize what is happening and retell the events in your mind. So we know there's this boy and he has 2 different kinds of notebooks. He has some that are for journaling and he has some that are for drawing. All of those that he has for journaling have 40 pages each. And all of those that he has for drawing have 90 pages each. And we're trying to figure out how many more pages he has in his drawing notebooks than he has in his journal. So we're comparing something there. We have to consider what we need to do to solve this problem. What operations do we need? Anytime things are being put together, we're going to be adding. So we're not going to be putting the journal notebooks and the drawing notebooks together. There isn't really addition here. Is something being taken away, or are you finding the difference between 2 numbers? Oh, we are finding the difference because we want to know how many more pages are in the drawing notebook than in the journal notebook. So that is finding the difference, and that it would be subtracting. So I'm just going to write this using words right now. We're going to subtract the drawing notebook pages minus the journal notebook pages. And we're not taking something away, but when we compare things to find the difference, we also use subtraction to find that out. We also need to consider whether same-size groups are being combined. So it tells us that each journal notebook has 40 pages, and there are 5 journal notebooks. So the first journal notebook has 40 pages, the second journal notebook has 40 pages, the third, fourth, and fifth all have 40 pages. So we're putting 40 and 40 and 40 and 40 and 40 together. That is adding same size groups, and that would be multiplication. And that is for the journal notebooks. So 5 notebooks that each have 40 pages would give us how many journal notebook pages there are. Now what about the drawing notebooks? The drawing notebooks, there are 3 of those notebooks, and all 3 of those have 90 pages. So 90 pages, 90 pages, 90 pages. So that would be 3 groups of 90. And remember that we're subtracting the drawing minus the journal notebooks. Write an equation with a blank or a letter for the unknown information. An equation is a tool to help you remember all of the operations that you need to complete to solve the problem. This is the reason why you should write an equation before you begin solving a 2-step problem. We know that we're going to have 3 times 90. I'm using parentheses to say do this part together. And we're going to subtract the journal notebook pages, which is 5 times 40. So let's figure out what that would be. 3 times 90 would be 3 times 9 tens, which would be equal to 27 tens. There are 10 tens in 100. 20 tens would be 200, plus 7 more tens, 70. So that would be equal to 270. 5 times 4 tens would be equal to 20 tens. And as we just said, 10 tens is 100 and 20 tens is 200. So we know 3 times 9 tens is 270. 5 times 4 tens, or 5 times 40, is 200. 270 minus 200 would be equal to 70. So there are 70 more pages in the drawing notebook than in the journal notebooks. Thank you, and if you have additional questions about this problem, please ask your classroom teacher.